Hello everyone, today we are working on a Galaxy Note 4. The main reason for this video is to show you how to remove the logic port on this phone. Everything is working on this phone except for the logic port. That's why I need to replace it. And I wanted to show you the way I'll do this repair, or how do I get to the logic, to be more specific. Everything works good. Whatever might be the reason that you want to remove the screen on your phone or get to the logic, whatever might be your reason, keep in mind that this is the way I'll do it, and if you're planning to do this, do it on your own risk. So everything works. So I'm gonna remove the battery and the S Pen, and we're gonna put it on the hot plate. In the meantime, I'll put this on the side, and I'll show you what I'm gonna be using for this repair. Screwdriver, some guitar plastic tools. I like this one. Playing cards. I'm gonna use some of this film. It's really strong, it's really thin, it helps a lot. And also this metal metal pry tool and a suction cup. Those are the ones that are gonna be helping me with this video. So at least a minute or so the phone is been in the hot plate, and if you don't have a hot plate, you can use a hot air gun or hair dryer. That'll work too. And you don't want to put so much temperature on one spot, otherwise you can burn the screen, and that's gonna be more expensive repair. So keep that in mind. Okay. So this is already hot to the touch. I'm gonna use this little suction cup. I'm gonna try to create a gap between the LCD and the frame, so that way I can keep going around. As you can see, it's really there you go. You don't want to go so way in, because here I'll show you what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be working around this frame, this screen right over here. We don't want to force this one. Okay, now I did. Well, this is the main thing. We don't want to remove the glass. I want to remove the screen, everything together. So I have to be really careful the way I put the film. I have to make sure it goes all the way underneath the LCD to make the separation of the screen successful. If for some reason it gets the film in between the front glass and this LCD, I'm just gonna remove the glass, and that's something that I don't want. So I want to remove pretty much everything. So at this point, I'm gonna be using my card. Now you don't want to force this so much. You want to always keep the phone hot. So we're gonna be putting the phone in the plate many times just to keep it warm, keep it going. If the phone or the screen cools down and you force the screen, it's gonna crack. You don't want to crack your LCD unless that is already cracking. It's just garbage. You can definitely do that, but otherwise You want to keep it intact. And for this, I always like to do this. Always use this. Now, this is my reference point. Once I get to the power button, I don't wanna force so much or going so much that way, because I have some ribbon cables that are holding the phone. They're plugged into the logic. If you break it, that's it. You need a new LCD. So that's what I say. It's really you need to be really careful when you do these repairs. You don't want to hurry up and mess up the whole work. Alright. Once we get to here, put it right over here for you, easier. Hard to focus. Come on, there you go. So right there you see it's going through the camera lens, and I don't want to pass beyond the Samsung logo, so if you go beyond the Samsung logo, there's more ribbon cables that you can damage easily. So you don't want to do that. So you don't want to go beyond that point. At this point it feels so cold, the screen, so I'm gonna keep it warm and keep it on the plate for another 2 minutes or so. Alright, let's see. As you can see, it's moving really smooth when it's hot. That helps a lot to the adhesive to remove or to be removed. Really careful. I almost break the LCD on this side of the screen, so I'm gonna replace that with one of the playing cards. It's a little thin, and again, you have to be really careful. I do this pretty much every day, so I have experience on doing this. Every phone is different, but always need to be careful with your LCD. That's the most expensive part of a phone. That and the logic board. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna take this one out. And let's heat it up. After having this on the hot plate for at least 2 minutes, you can hear how the glue gets detached from the phone. As you can see, this is going really smooth, but over here it doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm gonna try to help you with something else, something thinner. See that? Now I use one of those plastic tools to get the screen up a little. You can see how this glue is really good, and this one haven't been opened before, so you can tell right away. Something I noticed on some of the YouTube videos, the people show how to open certain phones, but it shows and it seems to be way so easy, and when you open in those phones you find out it's not easy as it shows. And here you can tell that this phone haven't been opened before, so that's something good. Showing you in real time. If you're wondering the price on this screen, I believe it's somewhere around 160. You could go close to the $200 just for the LCD. So now that I'm going beyond this Samsung logo is because I am able to create a gap and look behind the screen or the LCD and pass my playing card behind the connectors, but I don't want to go so much in. And I'll show you here. I have a screen that I'm gonna show you, make that easier. Those are the ribbon cables you don't want to break, and right now my car is going right over here. Right over here. So you have to know there is a limit that you cannot pass because you will break the connectors. Right? So now you guys know. Right, let's see, it's a few minutes passes already. This is really hot. Oh, the connectors already popped out, which is good. Kind of hard to see right there. Let me see. Okay. I'm trying to pass my card to the other side of the screen to expose, I think, to expose a connector that is on the other side of the screen that needs to be unplugged. Okay, I think I'm doing something here. Yeah, it's going on a zigzag then. I hate when that happens. I think I can see the connector here. Let me see if it's going in the wrong direction or what. I don't have a clear view. Alright. Phone is here on this side, the car. Alright, so let's try to see. Okay, I see the connector. I definitely see it. And I see what went wrong with this. Nothing really serious happened, but it's gonna give me a headache on this. Unless I can fix it. Yep, I guess I can fix it. Yep. Okay. Yep. I'll show you just in a second what I'm doing wrong. And this is something that happens a lot on some phones. Right. So when you're working on a phone like this, could be a Galaxy 4, 3, 5, Note 3, Note 4. When you're working on it, you always want to come underneath this copper thin. Sometimes this copper gets so glued into the frame that it's really hard to get it even. So sometimes what you do, you end up passing the car underneath the copper thin, which is not a big thin, and I'll explain you later why, because we can replace that for a cheaper price. But at the same time, it goes like a zigzag thin, and you're stuck on one side and you're stuck on the other side, even though this side already passed through, but it's gonna be your problem. And this is what's going on this phone at the moment, but nothing really seriously, because I still can be able to work it out. So it's just the glue that is really cool, really nice glue. Once I get it going, probably this one got water. It's been like water damage, or that's probably why the glue is so sticking to the frame. We'll find out later when we open this phone completely. But there we go. Now I can see. Now I can see what's going on inside, and I can try to get to the connectors. That will help me a lot to get to the connectors here. This is what it looks like so far. Alright people, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I suggest you to do it. You'll be able to see some more videos of those kind of repairs. Also, you're gonna help us to grow on the channel. And if you have a question in regards to a phone or a repair, we can definitely help. When you subscribe, make sure to turn on the notification button on. That will help you to know when there's new videos on the channel. I'm trying to get to that thing. Alright. Okay, I don't want to force this one because it might rip the connector, which is a little hard to see from this end. I don't want to. panic, but it seems like I ripped something. Oh, okay, it's a copper thing. I was about to say, really? It's been a long time I don't break an LCD. Okay, I see what it is. That's the copper thing I was showing you earlier. Alright, let's find out why you're so stuck into the frame. Okay, I just cut it through. Yep. See, this is what it was giving me a problem. Alright, there we go. So let's keep going. Kind of break the copper to help me to release the screen. Right, so after putting this in the plate again, I'm gonna continue, try to see right there what is holding the screen, and I can see right over here what it was holding it right there. Now it's just the bottom part. This, you need to be careful, like, because down in the bottom there's the buttons attached to the screen. You don't want to break them. If you break them, you need to replace the whole charging port, which is the one attached to the buttons. It's not a really expensive repair, but it's gonna cost you a little extra money. And here they come, right there. So now, that was my problem right there. I was going okay here, but somewhere in the middle, the copper sheet ripped because it's so attached to this. And normally it's attached, but this one is way too attached to it. See, that was so impossible to break it. And like I said, probably was water damage or something on this phone. That's why it makes it so hard. You can see a little bit of marks. But anyways, the main thing here is to show you how to do this. So as you see, I'm sorry, everything was made on camera. You can see in real time that sometimes some phones might be easier than others, even if you had this experience on those kind of repairs. Every phone always is different. Alright, so I'm gonna put the screen on the side. Everything still works, and I'll show you before we continue. Okay, just clean this. Alright, let's see. I'll clean this one later. There's just a little bit left. And before putting the battery, we're gonna make the connectors. I'll put the connectors here. This is the LCD connector, and this one over here is the the connector for the S Pen to work. I'll show you, still working. Nothing to worry about. Everything's still good. And the copper thing that it got removed from the back, not a big deal, because it still works. The S Pen and everything should work. This is just like a copper cover that it goes for the screen to get the glue. Here I prove it. Right, everything still work, and the buttons for this, they're attached to the frame. So all right, so let's continue with this. Let's get the battery out. Let's get the screen out. Let's put this on the side. We don't need it for now. And the main thing is to remove the logic board. So there's a bunch of screws on the back. Alright. We're gonna remove all of them. Alright. On the Galaxy 4, on the Galaxy 5, it's pretty much the same process as the Note 4. In order to get to the logic board, you need to remove the screen first, which is a headache. But once you do those kind of repairs, it becomes so easy. First time I removed a screen like this one, I broke it, but I learned that you don't have to put that much force to the screen. So always it's really important to keep the temperature warm on the screen to have a successful removal. Alright, a few more. Alright, so I got all the screws out. Now let's show you here. I have something holding the frame, so you just want to kind of pry it out, and then you're gonna, oh, it went back in. Alright, I'll do it in just a second. So you're gonna try to force this, like trying to bend it, but using your fingers you're gonna push this one up. Here, I show you. Alright, you heard that popping popping noise? You're gonna be gentle at the same time because you don't want to force it so much and break the logic board. So now here, bottom, there you go. Yep, there's another connector over here that is holding it. Oops, sorry, out of camera. Okay, here. Yep. So that's gonna help. Oh, I think I'm missing one more screw somewhere. No, I'm good. Alright. It's just this one that it keeps going back in place. Alright. There you go. Now it's time to push it up. And again, be careful. You don't want to break it. You don't want to damage your logic board. First was the LCD screen, now it's the logic board. So here you go. That was the logic. I'm gonna put this on the side. And here is only one screw that is holding the logic attached to the frame. And now it's time to remove all connectors from the logic board. Here's the first one, your speaker, and here's another one, which is a finger scanner. That's part of the home button. And now we're gonna try to lift it up. See, I'm pretty sure something is holding it up here. You need to be really careful with this rubbing cable. There you go. It's coming out. Oh, I forgot about the antennas. 1 and 2. Now, careful up here, the rubbing cable. Move everything out of the way. Slowly lift it up. And down here we have the charging port connector that it comes attached with the going back in the menu or screen button. And we put this on the side, and here we have the logic. And this is how we remove the logic and the screen from a Note 4. I hope you like this video, and again, if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe to the channel, help us to grow, make a comment, don't forget to share the video, and we catch you in the next one. Thank you.